How's everyone doing this afternoon? My name is Greg Olson, pilot. I'm a real-world A320 captain, bringing my love for aviation, flight simming to all you beautiful people out there. How's everyone doing today? I have in front of me the iniBuilds A300 600 in the Pan Am Clipper America livery. Look at this beauty right here. Absolutely love the Pan Am livery. Oh, Max Racing says howdy. Thank you for joining the chat, Max Racing. How are you doing out there? How was your trip to DC? Draco, haha. Sup, Gray? How you doing out there, Draco? Excellent. Look at this beautiful Pan Am livery we have here. Parked on the ground in Miami. We're going to be going all the way up to Atlanta on what is arguably not so good day down here in Miami, but that's alright. Oh, look at there. We got an American Airlines 777 in the background. Where are you going, buddy? I have no clue. I'm going to go over here and take a quick look at you real quick. Also looks good. I mean, for this to be a third-party aircraft or a AI aircraft. It's not AI, someone's flying it, but the model to be one of those low-quality models still looks good. Still a good-looking airplane. All right, back to our airplane. It looks better. All right, flying the Pan Am livery today up to Atlanta. Let's hop into the flight deck and get things started, shall we? I'll leave the camera right there. There we go. Oh, did I not set up wing views? I'm gonna be so... Oh, no, let's do this. Oh yeah, I did set up wing views. There we go. I was gonna be super upset if I didn't set up wing views. Alright. There we go, there we go, there we go. Back up to the business side of the airplane. Let's go ahead and start establishing power on it. So, we're gonna go ahead and turn on batteries 1, 2, and 3. And we'll go ahead and get the external power on. There we go. Sorry, let me bring up the sim volume for everyone there. There we go. Now you should be able to hear the sim volume. Excellent. So we'll turn the galley power on. Max Racing says I also have my next private pilot lesson coming up. Excellent. Excellent, Max Racing. Hopefully your private pilot flying is going quite alright. Oh, I didn't set up views for the flight deck here. Let me set up views for the overhead. Let me go ahead and go here. Back a little bit, down a little bit. Let's go ahead and get that set up real quick. There we go. Good enough. Yeah, good enough. Right there. I think this one's going to be that one. Let's go back here, see if it is. Yep, that's the one I wanted. Alrighty. Go. And I'll rotate you down. No, I need you to be a little bit closer than that. Are you telling me there's a limit to how far down I can look? No, there isn't. That's weird. No. A little further back. Well, yeah, we'll do that. That'll be fine. Well, forward, backwards. I don't know. I don't know what to think, chat. Let's put it about right there. How about that? That should be good enough. We'll save you. Excellent. Alright. Back to our default spot. Yeah. And let's go ahead and go to the overhead. Excellent. We can go ahead and get our IRSs aligned. There we go. And to help those, they're in align mode. So to help those along, what we'll do is we will, it says align IRS's accuracy downgrade. We'll clear scratchpad messages. I know. We have a bunch of stuff we need to do. I know. Let's see. Menu, ACARS, sim brief. There it is. There is our route uplink. There we go. We'll hit align RSs, get going back up top again, coming back down the left hand side. All of these lights are normal since there's no hydraulics on the aircraft. We'll go ahead and get the no smoking sign on. We'll leave the seatbelt sign off for now until we're all done up boarding, ready to go. Left center, everything looks good coming down from the top. We can test our squibs. Those look good. We can do a fire test. Loop A. There we go. We got the light. And we should get the CRC. There we go. And we can keep going down. The electrical panel we've already set up. Let's go ahead and get the yaw dampers on. ATS is on. Pitch trim won't come on until the IRSs are aligned. So that's alright there. Anyways, all looks normal. Let's get the strobe into the auto position. Nav lights. Today is what, the 8th, 9th, 8th? I don't know. It's one of these days. So, I think it's the 9th, so we'll go with 1 since it's an odd day. Everything else can be in the off position. Coming up to the center, all looks good here. We'll go ahead and test the APU. Squib looks good, and we'll run the APU test. Alrighty, that sounds like it will work perfectly fine. The fuel system, we'll leave everything off until we're ready to turn everything on. And let's see, the wipers are off, and let's go ahead and get the APU going. So APU master switch on, does this little self-check there, and we'll hit the on button. Going up to a right center, coming down from the top, everything looks like it's in order. All these lights are extinguished here on the ventilation panel. Let's go ahead and test engine number 2. Scripts look good, and go ahead and test the loop itself. Loop A, CRC. Alright, got the CRC, and then loop B, there we go. Oxygen, we'll go ahead and turn our oxygen on. That looks good there. Cargo compartment, smoke detection, all looks good. Everything is extinguished. A probe heat. Go ahead and leave that off for now. We'll get that right before we start our pushback. Pressurization panel, everything should be in auto, normal. That looks good. And we can see we're in system 1. Coming to the right side, everything should be extinguished. Everything looks normal there. Packs are filtered because no air is going through, but the APU is on, so guess what? We can turn the bleed air on, and you can see bleed air is going through the system. Cross feed valve is opening, and now we have air flowing. Listen to that go. Let's arm the emergency lights. Come on down to our glare shield here. All the lights should be extinguished. Don't need to set anything in this field here. I'll put the constraints on. This isn't going to work until we get the ATSs on. Sorry, the pitch trim. Sorry, pitch trim on. Constraint on the other side. Everything else looks good. Let me make it dry. I wish the click spots were a little better here. Okay. That's alright. So we'll go ahead and go down to the main instrument panel here. We got our PFD ND, they're in our correct orientation. That looks good. Let's go ahead. We got the altimeter, magic bear rough key, 29er. Does that line up with the ATIS? What's that little ATIS bot called we can get for your chat? I think you're talking about Nightbot there. I think you're talking about Nightbot. So I'm looking at getting here in the future. However, I just got to see how to get Nightbot and implement it to the live chat and all that fun stuff. So And then, because I think you can like set up Nightbot for like, certain commands. So like, if you wanted like the ATA somewhere, you type like um, Miami weather or something like that. Nightbot will be able to just pull it and then show it in the chat. I think that's what it's called. Oh, I forgot to set up my Fly Live Studio. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna disappear for a second. I'll be back. Boop. Bye. Fly Live Studio. There we go. Yes, I know. Bring you on over. Sorry about that, chat. Go ahead and get that going. Let's see. So, cancel. Alrighty. Now, via the powers that are, refresh, I'll bring you back. There we go. Excellent. So, sorry about that, chat. Heads up. Nope, that is not the correct call sign. Let's go back. Call sign. We're not going to be FedEx. We're going to be Clipper. Come on. There we go. We're going to be Clipper 3318. Sweet deal. It looks like we have an alignment of the IRSs, so we'll go ahead and turn those on. Let's see. That's what I was getting ready to do. I was trying to check the weather before I was so rudely interrupted myself. Miami is 2999. Yep, that is correct. Some storms in the area. We won't worry about that. It is flight sim after all. No one's online, so I'll just go ahead and dial in our top altitude, which is going to be 34,000 feet. So we'll just go ahead and get that dialed in there. 34. Excellent. They're taking off on the 27, so we dial that all the way back around to 270. Let me see what the actual heading for the runway is. 272. There we go. 272. Don't need to worry about that. Oh, I don't need. Yeah, there we go. I don't want. Yeah. Okay. That is what it is there. Excellent. I don't like the, I mean, no one flies around with the flight path vector. So, alright, that is all set up. Back down here. Here we go. So, altitude looks good there. We'll go ahead and get our standby gyro up and going. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let's see. The accumulator pressures, that looks good. Pretty much in the green. The brake anti-skid is on. Auto brakes are off for now. Let's see. I should set the oil level here, if I can do that. All the way around. So we can see how much oil we're using from flight to flight. Not really a thing, because it's a sim, so it's simulating however it wants to do. So for this, we're going to use flex. I don't have a number in there, but we'll go ahead and put that in there. Miami, for our landing elevation, we'll just say that's 0 for all intents and purposes. We got our landing gear is down. We got 3 greens. We can test it if we want to, but don't really need to. Brake fan is off, and everything should mirror the same thing on the FO side. Coming down to our center pedestal here. Both McDo's look good. CDUs, whatever they're called in this airplane, look good. Spoilers are stowed. The thrust levers are at idle. Flaps are up. Park and brake should be parked. There we go. Engine masters are off. The radar doesn't work, so it doesn't matter. We'll go ahead and set this to tune on both sides. And now that I have that up, let's go ahead and see. We got auto ATC 2347. That's what the squawk's going to be. So 2347. Put that there. TARA. Sounds good. I can clear our systems here. Excellent. Speaking of systems, check our hydraulic fluids. Looks good. Looks all topped off. Check our engine oils. Well, that's oil quantity. There we go. It's topped off. Of course, everything's going to be topped off. So, there we go. That's what we're looking for there. The door page have the oxygen? Nope. Not on this airplane. I don't know where the oxygen is on this. It must be overhead. That's okay. Is it under pressurization? I don't know. Who knows? And all the way aft pedestal here, we'll set the lights up how we need it. All the trim should be zeroed out, which it is. We got zeros everywhere. And then go ahead and tune in VHF1. And we can go ahead and do that. Oh, and then I did get the CTAF frequency 18.3 in Miami, so I will do 118.3. Pop you in. Now I can should hear people talking. Alright, let's go ahead and get to setting up the MCDU. So, alright, nav accuracy upgrade, cool. So we got Miami, Atlanta, that looks good. Cost index 15340, there's our flight ID, that all looks good. Next page. And all the block fuel looks like it imported all that fun stuff for us. That looks good. Let's go over to the pad of the little tablet here. My flight, Miami, Atlanta. Cool, okay. It imported all that stuff. Weight and balance. Update from some brief. There we go. That looks good. We'll apply that load to the airplane. Excellent. And yeah, I don't need any of the other stuff. I don't need takeoff, landing, aircraft maintenance, all of that is what it is. Do I need to calibrate the throttles again? I don't know. Let's see. No, I don't need to. Sweet. Alright, so back down here. Looks like everything, there's only 2 pages. Yeah, there's only 2 pages. I don't know why I'm getting the arrow to the right, but that's all right. Let's get to the flight plan. Miami. The SID is going to be it's going to be 26 left, by the way. 26 left. We're going to be doing the Flamingo to Stymie, something like that. Transition, insert that. Let's see. And then we'll go all the way down to Atlanta. Atlanta. And the arrival there is going to be, we're going to do 27 left as well. 26 left? Yeah, I did 26 left out of here. So 27 left in Atlanta. There we go. And this one is going to be the Jedi arrival, Lars, transition. I'm not going to put any transition for the ILS, we'll just leave that as it is. We'll insert that, excellent. And the initialization, oh, well, we already initialized. Takeoff, approach, there we go. This is what we need next, so for the takeoff, SimBrief is saying that our takeoff is going to be 150, 153, and 156. 150, 153, and 156. Remember, we have to come up here, select our 156. There we go. go ahead and save that. And we'll pre-select 250 because reasons. I don't know how the preset works, but the assumption is after you get into your climb phase, it will go to your pre-selected speed. So let's say you have a SID that has a speed restriction on it of, let's say, 230 knots. I assume you could just set 230 knots in there, accelerate to 230 knots, and then when you're ready, you can dial that speed up. Kind of a handy thing to have. And let's see, we're going to be doing a flex of 62. Let's see, don't need any TO shifts. And the flaps are going to be 15-0, so it's going to be a 15-0 takeoff. There we go. There's nowhere here to select your flaps or takeoff, so that's fine. So we'll put you on flight plan. We'll put you on the performance page there. That all looks good. We have the APU going. Let's go ahead and review our route here. So we need to go into the plan mode. There we go. There it is. We have the smallest scale up for us there. Doop, 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 doop. Stop. There we go. Bring you like right there. That should work. So if we go through our waypoints here, we're gonna have Crocs, I think that is. I will zoom in a little bit here. There we go. That should be visible to everyone now. So we have Crocs, and then Russ, and then our Miro, I guess. I don't know who that is, but apparently he's a person of some sort. Then Alonzo at or above 5,000 feet. Flamingo, Wapham, Thymai, and then from there, from Thymai we have the Q77. We'll take that all the way to Sharks, and then direct to Larry, direct Lars for the Jedi arrival. Excellent. So that looks good there. Let's go ahead and put you back in the corner that you belong in. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And it looks like we should be all done up, ready to go. Let's go ahead and get that fasten seatbelt sign on. We can go ahead and get our anti-ice probe heat on. Fuel pumps can all come on. Love Airbus. Everything's automated. Don't have to worry about fuels in one tank. It just does it for you. Excellent. So with all that said and done, let's go ahead and go to our checklist. Here we go. Alrighty. Cockpit preparation is completed. Fuel quantity 44.0 is required, and we have 44.0 on board. Takeoff data, we have 150, 153, 156 with a flex of 62. Landing elevation is set. Altimeters is 2999er. Brake any skid, Normand, windows, doors are closed. Alrighty, so that's the line right there. So when we're ready for pushback, beacon on and parking brake as required. That will be the before start checklist. Alrighty, are we all ready to go up to Atlanta? Let's see. Are there times when you leave the gate without your official weight? Second question, who calculated the weight? Okay, good question. I'll answer that since we're still on the gate, before we push back off the gate there, Max Racing. Yes, so you don't have your official weight until there's a few things that need to happen. The agents, the gate agents need to close out the flight. This is why if you ever fly commercially, you'll always see like on your ticket, on the board, they'll always say like doors closed 10 minutes, 15 minutes prior to departure, something like that. And that's to allow the gate agents that time after the door closes, they got to go back up to the computer and send all the information for the flight off to what we call load planning, as well as so all those bags that get gate checked, or last minute strollers, last minute wheelchairs, whatever, all that stuff has to go down the jet bridge and underneath the aircraft, and the ground crew then has to send in their information for all the bags they loaded and where they loaded them, to the same load computer. And then once the load computer has all that information, it will send you your final weight and balance. So preliminarily, you have a load planner that's their job. They look at how many people are supposed to be on the flight, how many bags are typically on the flight, how many people have already checked their bags, stuff like that, and then they plan a weight. This is why whenever, if you saw my videos before, if you've seen my Phoenix videos, which hopefully I think the next stream is going to be a Phoenix stream, but if you ever see my Phoenix streams, when I go in and I calculate out my weight and balance, so you see here, our zero fuel weight is 252.5. So, or sorry, not zero fuel weight. I don't want to get rid of that. Our takeoff weight 295.2. So what I will typically do? Did I calculate that out correctly in SimBrief, by the way? Yeah, I think I did. So, what I'll typically do is I'll take that takeoff weight, and this is typically what happens the vast majority of the time. For the vast majority of airlines, you'll have your planned weight, your takeoff weight here, but then you also have a 1-ton bump up. So it's literally 2,000 pounds. It's a 1-ton bump up, to account for any extra passengers, bags, slight fuel overfill, because in reality you get a little bit more than what you asked for. So that you'll have a little bit more fuel than planned. So it accounts for all of that. So it allows you to go up to 1 ton above what you were planning for in your numbers. This gives you a little bit of margin of error. If not, then you gotta contact your load planner all over again and get new takeoff data. And it's fairly quick. I mean, it's all computerized. Once the weight is inputted into the computer, it pretty much can take care of everything else, because it can calculate all that stuff pretty easily. That's really good there. It's I think almost all the companies, at least here in the U.S., use the same company, which is like Aerodata. So they have all the performance information for all the airplanes that all the airlines flies. So yeah, it's actually pretty quick. Let's do PRM into Atlantic. Can you explain it to us and the differences between just a normal ILS, and how often do you do PRMs? You don't do them that often. I might see. We might do it. I mean, I'm not in the airplane that I usually fly, but I mean the setup should be pretty much the same. So we'll talk about that en route. In the meantime, we are all set up and ready to go. I will go ahead and let's go ahead and disconnect that ground power and just clear the chocks there. Ground equipment. Let's see. Is green armed? Green armed. Okay. Sweet. Wait. We're just red is armed. So I want to arm all doors. Close all doors. Before we remove the GPU, let me turn off the GPU. Never want to do that, because the airplane will not like it if you pull the GPU before switching it over officially. Why is there a huge glare there? So we'll remove the GPU, excellent. We'll remove the chocks, excellent. And now we can arm all doors. Are they arming? doors? Why do you refuse to arm? I don't understand. I will leave without you armed. How about this? Boop. Let's disconnect the jetway. Maybe that's what's doing it. Toggle jetway. Okay. Jetway's not toggling. Let's go ahead and do it via... Okay, there we go. Now it's toggling. Now let's see if you arm all doors. I don't understand. Okay. Is there something I'm not understanding about this? I don't get it. Oh, beacon's not on. How about we turn the beacon on? We can arm the door. Oh, look, now they're armed. Okay. Alrighty. Well, there we go. Let's call for pushback, shall we? Wanted to go outside for that. There we go. Manual pushback because that's usually just what I like doing. Excellent. No one is around. I did hear someone on the radio, but I don't see anyone else around. So we'll just go ahead and push back and get on out of here. Bring back up this checklist one more time. Go here, my flight checklist. Alright, so beacon is on, and then park and brake is as required before our checklist is complete. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yeah, max race and PRMs are like autolands. We just don't do them that often. The weather has to be insanely bad at an airport that has multiple parallel runways for that to happen. Like Atlanta or Chicago. But even then, if the weather's that bad, they would much rather do approaches to the furthest runways, simultaneous approaches to the furthest runways, so that they don't have to have all the special stuff, the high refresh rate radar, a separate controller that literally just monitors that radar. There's lots of little things to it. Alrighty, I think we should be ready for pushback, so I'll go ahead and release the parking brake and we can get underway here if I can find the click spot for it. There we go. Let's go backwards. Brakes release, clear to push. Man, this pushback tool, I really should update it too. I think it's had a few updates, but this tool really had, oh, I should really click on this. There we go. That's how you actually go backwards. Sweet deal. That must have been that 777 that was sitting there earlier. Alrighty. Let's see. We clear the stand yet? I'll wait until we clear the stand. Ah, that looks about good right there, don't you think? Excellent. Let's go ahead and start our engines. We'll go, I said today is an odd day, so A for odd. Let's go ahead and start the number 1. get the second engine started there. Alrighty, set brakes, brake set, clear the disconnect interphone, have a great day. We'll go ahead and stop the push back. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'll bring the sim sounds back down to a more appropriate level. We have two good engine starts. We can go ahead and bring our flaps down to 15-0. That's what they should be. Our start sequence is complete there. We can go ahead and arm the spoilers. Come up top, we can turn the ignition to off. I remember what happened last time where we got the pressurization issue. So we go ahead and bring that to off. The APU bleed can come off and the APU can now be shut down since we are on engine power. Everything else up top is a lights out dark cockpit philosophy. That all looks good there. Alrighty. Let's go through our after start. Ooh, which trim? Let's go ahead and see weight and balance. Oh, also, to further your question, they're Max Racing. Don't know if you're still listening there, but now that we're pushed back, I'm just reminded of this. Let's see, 30. We'll call that 31%. Or I could just do this. That's the only reason I like this. I like runway 27, 26 left. There we go. Everything else we can sync. And first off, 15, 0 is what it is. Alrighty, 31%, 0.4, that's what it is. Okay, just want 0.4 nose down. Where are you? Why? Okay. It's about right there. Looks to be about 0.4 nose down. So now that we're pushed off the gate, what would typically happen, and this is what the Phoenix does really well. Oh, did you just calculate? Is you calculating it out for me? So, so what will happen is now that you're off the gate, and that's what the Phoenix does really well, is so you know I don't know if you've flown the Phoenix A320, but it will you have your preliminary load sheet and then you have your final load sheet. Your final, and that is pushed through the ACAR system. It's not a physical piece of paperwork, although it probably used to be. It's no longer a physical piece of paperwork. It is pushed through the ACARs, and that is when that comes through. Those are your final numbers. This is how many passengers you have, how many bags you have, where they are, all that type of stuff. And so it'll have your new zero fuel weight, your new zero fuel weight CG. So that's when you put all that stuff into the McDo. And as long as the new numbers, your final numbers, are below, remember how I said there's usually a 1-ton bump that they add to your numbers? As long as your final numbers are at or below that 1-ton bump, you're good to go. All those numbers are valid. Your V1, V2, V1, VR, V2, those are all valid numbers. So, which is why they usually add that 1-ton bump in there, or 2,000 pounds, whatever it is, so that they can account for any extras, passengers, bags, fuels, whatever it may be, and that you don't have to be rushing to get new takeoff performance numbers. You're just good to go. So, with that said, our after start pitch trim is set, rudder trim is 0, spoilers are armed, slats flaps are 15, 0. Takeoff config is normal for takeoff. Does that do anything? I don't even know if that does anything. Who knows? So yeah, there we go. The after start checklist is complete. Let's go ahead and check our flight controls right here. We'll get the before takeoff checklist. We'll take it all the way down to the line. So flight controls, we want the, well, let's go ahead and bring up the flight control page, shall we? There we go. There's our elevator, full up, full down, full left, full right, neutral, full left, full right, and that is a neutralize there. We'll go ahead and get the auto brakes on. And let's see, let's get to the line. Flight controls checked both. Flight instruments are checked on both sides. Briefings confirmed. V1, VR, V2, flex temp. You got 150, 153, 156 with a flex of 62. Oxygen. Nope, wrong checklist. Slats flaps is 15.0. Yep, that's 15.0. And takeoff config normal for takeoff. Alrighty, so the before takeoff checklist is still aligned. Let's see, we got transponder, which is, that's weird because the transponder and the TCAS should be the same thing. Maybe they're separate in older units where you have a transponder that you can turn on and off and then the TCAS mode selected, but I think everything else, I think it's mostly the same. Let's see. No one's online, excellent, and 2347. I just want to make sure. Yep, I am squawking my Charlie. Sweet deal. Excellent. Yep, I make sure to check my final numbers. Excellent. So because you said what, 295? I think you said. Weight and balance 295.0. You got. Let's see. You said a flex of 34. Let's see. Take off. This one had a flex of 63. So everything being the same, this one came up with something different. I don't know if you're using SimBrief or the INI. But at 295 it seems like these should be about the same. So it is. Because I had the 1K, or not the 1K, the 2,000 pound bump or the 1 ton bump, my flex temperature is a little bit lower, so my N1 percentage should be a little bit higher. So 98.9, you said 98.9. I mean, it's pretty much the same. Oh, you said 34 degrees. So that's not a flex temp. That is the outside air temperature right now. This is how hot it is in Miami. It is 34 degrees. So when you look here and here, so one of the other things you're looking for is you have a flex temp, but you want your flex temp to be at or above the actual temperature. When your flex temperature is below your outside air temperature, you don't have valid takeoff numbers anymore. So you want to make sure that this number is below this number. Now this number isn't always true because what you have going on is underneath the airplane will go outside. So that's your total air temperature probe. Is this little guy right there. That's your TAP probe. You get one on each side. So those are your TAP probes. So as you can see, they're on the other side of the aircraft. What's also down below the aircraft? A lot of that. A lot of that's below the aircraft. So that number will usually be off because it's getting heat radiating off the ground. So you want to make sure you're pulling your actual temperature from the ATIS. That's the temperature you want to make sure is below your flex temperature. If your actual air temperature is above your flex temperature, you have an issue. You need to get new takeoff data. Either that or you're going to go toga. You're going to go toga out of wherever you're at. Alrighty, so enough yapping. Let's get to going. Miami traffic, Clipper 3318 will be taxiing to runway 26 left via Whiskey and Mike. Miami traffic. There we go. Made her call out there. Oh, these dinosaur airplanes. Max Racing, these sounds are like barbecue, but for my ears. Hey, Max Racing, I love some good Texas barbecue. I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, is it raining outside now? The way it kind of looks, it makes it look like there's like a light rain shower passing through the area. Alright. Go ahead and get rid of our parking brake there. We're clear on the left. We're clear on the right. Let's go. Yeah, it definitely looks like there's like a very light rain shower misting down. You can go at any time. Anytime. You can start moving. There we go. Wow. That took a lot of power for you to start moving. Didn't seem like we were that heavy, but okay. We'll just continue right here. We'll take this on down to... In fact, no, you know what? Yeah, let's take Papa. Let's take Papa. Let's just do it. We'll take Papa Whiskey. There we go. Because I forgot, there's a little bit of ramp area right there. Alright, sweet deal. If the flex is within 10 of your outside air temperature, you should toga. Hold on, let me make sure I make this turn onto Whiskey here. Yep, there's Yankee to our left, so this is Whiskey. You should toga because one engine may spool up to full thrust and the other doesn't. No. No. That's something we don't practice. You're pretty much good all the way up, and I mean when you're talking about temperatures like that, 10 degrees C, and you're talking about points of percentages here, or there. I've never heard that being a thing. They never really have hounded that in us and our training, so. That is something I would have to go and ask an instructor when we play Stop the Pilot during my next CQ there, or recurrent training. Yeah, never heard of that. I mean, and we flex all the time, especially when you're in an A321, where your flex is going to be, 39, and it's, 32 or 33 degrees outside. So yeah, we do it all the time. You can always elect to go toga. That's not an issue. You can always elect to go toga and just use the numbers that you have. Or if you really want to, you can go in the performance manual and look at the toga numbers and use those numbers. But that's work. So toga is always, always, always available to you. Alrighty. Let's see here. Shall we go below the line, I guess? Boop. Transponder is set. TKSTA outer brakes is max. Ignition is as required. Excellent. I'm going to keep it as it is right now, so no real need to have it on continuous. We'll waste burn off the igniters there. Just make sure there is less than 1/8 inch of water on the runway. I believe that's the number. Now you're starting to get into contaminated runways when you start talking about that. That's what you're getting at. So yeah, once you start getting into contaminated runways, yeah, then you definitely need to start looking at getting a contaminated, it's a special report that you got to pull your contaminated runway correction, and it will tell you all the, it's pulled for different weights and different flap settings, and for those flap settings it has V speeds, and those V speeds are only toga V speeds. So yeah, when you start talking about contaminated runways, you're talking about exclusively using toga thrust um, to uh, to get out of there. Um, and that's something that I kind of wanted to. I hadn't brought that up before, but you know, I kind of want to do a recreation of my check ride that I had for my last AQ. Hold on, does this run? Does this keep going? Yeah, nope, it doesn't keep going. Um, because our check ride this year had a contaminated runway. So it was very, very much interesting. It's something, I mean, you don't really see it that often because at most, at least major airports, not always they're smaller airports, but major airports, they do a really good job of clearing the runway. Because it's pre-treated, and then once it's pre-treated, they're constantly going and retreating or removing snow that's building up. Alrighty, so the final looks clear. The runway appears to be clear. Miami traffic, Clipper 3318 is going to be departing runway 26 left on the Flamingo to Miami traffic. Alrighty, so we got that there. We go ahead and notify the flight attendants that we're about to take the runway, and let's go ahead and get on out there. The before takeoff checklist is complete. Why is it taking so much power to get this thing to move? I'm not understanding. Am I doing something wrong? I may have a sticky brake somewhere. That could be what that is. I might just have like a sticky brake somewhere. Alright. I'll do a super heavy wide turn. Just a little wide. There we go. Looks good enough for government work. Wow, it looks absolutely terrible out there. Alright. There we go. Are we ready, chat? I'll bring up the sim volume. Enjoy this takeoff. That thrust is set. $80 checked. V1. Rotate. Positive rate, you're up. Oh, look at there, chat. Oh yeah, I forgot. Not your normal Airbus. Gotta trim this bird out. You can barely see anything out there. Alright. Excellent, flaps up. Going. She's trimmed out. She flies so beautifully, chat. Yeah, below that 260 or 250 speed limit. Oh, I am not an LAV. Like, why aren't you turning on the SID? Let's go nav and profile, shall we? Thank you. What is a trim? Exactly. I want her to see if I say trim is a poor man's autopilot. I mean, it is. It's, when you start doing, like, your cross-country flying, like, trim is everything. Because when you start doing cross-countries, you got nav logs to fill out. You got time, fuel, distance calculations to make. And so you really want to get your trim down so that you know you can take both hands off the yoke and do stuff, around that cockpit there, flight deck. Go heads down without worrying about the airplane just going in a random direction. Oh, I am enjoying hand flying this. Alright, I'm going to bring the sim volume back down to a more reasonable level, chat. So we continue out on our SID here. Not much to see in rainy Miami. Wow. I mean, Miami, the weather just, it looked like rain when we were taking off. Like, that look of like you could see the rain shower coming towards you. That's exactly what it would look like in real life, chat. Alright, we're through 10, accelerating. So, I forgot to turn on all my lights. That's okay. They're still off. I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and cycle the fasten seatbelt sign. Denver did the after takeoff checklist. Boom, there we go. Now that I have a little bit more brain power to think about it. Alright. I'm just going to hand fly this for a little bit longer. Look at those cumulonimbus clouds. Colombs. Cumulonimbus. I had a really good friend tell me when they were lifeguarding back when they were younger that they were taught during, if they're at the pool, lifeguarding, doing their thing or whatever, which is usually just sitting around doing nothing. One of the things they would say, if it looked like it was going to rain, is the clouds are ominous. Rain is imminent. So I thought that's funny. It's not an inaccurate statement. When you see those ominous clouds, rain is a heading your way. Man, this feels so good to hand fly. The English language is weird. Yeah. Then the English language is definitely not an easy one to pick up, that's for sure. And we don't make it any easier. We have all these rules, but then there's like a lot of exceptions to the rules, and that's just confusing. Oh man. Just slowly rolling in. That trim. That looks a big rocket. In fact, I might go another unit up on the trim. Oh, perfect. Look at there. Love it when I get the crosshairs centered on up there. Beautimus. Beautimus. Now that I did that, all that hard work, autopilot on. There we go, chat. The autopilot is on. We are blowing out of here. Go ahead and get you set up. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, you'll see, let's see, what is the TAT now? So we still got a TAT, plus 22 degrees. So, still quite warm out. We get 21 degrees, that's the TAT. So, so do we have the static air temperature? Yeah, there, 0 degrees. But right now, we're going off a TAT for icing. And, we don't really need to worry about it because we're still at plus 20, even though the static is minus 1. Um, that ram rise is warming up the air the second it hits the airplane. That's what you're essentially seeing, is you're seeing a 20-degree rise in temperature from the air hitting the airplane. So I don't need to worry about icing quite yet, even though we're flying through the clouds. Now, once this gets down another 10 degrees, then we'd want to turn our anti-icing on. But for now, it's good. Once we level off in cruise, we want to get our static air temperature and see what that's doing. So below a certain temperature in cruise, we don't have to turn that on, but that has to be static air temperature. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We'd be better off speaking a language that spells things as they sound. I would be all of it for, I mean, for any language, honestly. No matter what language it is, if it sounds, if I can sound out what it is, I'm all game for that. The, you know, the rules were super simple, straightforward. You say it in this order, I'd be all for that. Ugh. The Everglades down there. It's starting to clear up a little bit. Oh, it's nonstop Everglades. Well, welcome to southern Florida. I would be all for that if, languages were more straightforward, but, they got this way for a reason. Alright, let's turn on some in-flight entertainment, shall we? Here we go. I am so glad this is probably one of the first days where I haven't been called in quite some time. I mean, solidly, it's been at least a month since I've had a day on reserve where I didn't get called. So, kind of glad that it worked out like this, and I'm able to stream now. Tomorrow is going to be a different story. Lots and lots of flying to be had for tomorrow. So we shall see, but glad everyone was able to come out and catch the stream, catch a little bit of the stream, pop in, pop out as you will. That's quite alright with me. But if you like story time with Grey Eagle, hit that like button. Don't forget to like, subscribe. As we do fireside chats, story time chats, cruise chats. Stomp the Pilot, Max Racing over here, trying to play Stomp the Pilot. Yeah, really appreciate it. Spanish puts their verbs in front of their nouns, which is so confusing. Yeah, I mean, I think other languages do the same as well. I don't think it's unique to Spanish culture, but definitely if you're from the Houston area, so obviously if you don't speak Spanish down there, it's almost like Miami. If you don't speak Spanish in Miami, you're gonna have a hard time doing things and getting around. Well, I mean, to be fair, they do speak quite a lot of English, but I mean, if you want to go to a restaurant, get Cuban restaurant or Venezuelan restaurant, Ecuadorian restaurant. I mean, you name it, you gotta speak Spanish. Probably the only place that you don't have to go isn't like they got an area. I think that it's called like Little Haiti. So Miami is broken down very interestingly into like different quadrants. You got like a little Havana, little Haiti, uh, little Venezuela. It's kind of like broken down into different places. So like I think one of the only places you don't that doesn't speak Spanish is gonna be little Haiti, obviously. Um, Lots of Haitians there, so French would be the language you'd have to speak. But most of them will have, most of the places you go to are going to have menus in their language and in English. Max Racing, ring ring. Hello, this is Gray Inkle. Hi, this is Cruise Scheduling. We are going to need you on a transcontinental red eye. Stop what you're doing and get ready. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty much exactly what it is. So uh, red eyes are terrible. I don't like doing them. Stay away from them. I mean, I don't have much of a choice on reserve, but you do what you do. It was coming out of we were leaving one airport really early in the morning on my last trip, and we hear United. I mean, there's no one else moving except us on the airport. That's how early it was. But we hear United getting ready to land on one of the runways, and my FO turns to me and he goes, "Ah, that must be one of those international flights." And I said, "What? What?" He was like, "Yeah, that must be an international flight." I'm like, "No, there's no international flight that arrives at 5 o'clock in the morning." And he's just kind of quiet for a second. And I was like, "It's probably a red eye." And sure enough, it was a 737 coming in, and my assumption, since it was United, that it was either the San Francisco or the Denver red eye. So, um, yeah, I kind of crushed his spirit there. You have to come and try out some Houston street tacos. I need to get back down to Houston. I mean, I need to get back, to the Texas area in general, and get some buddies in the Dallas Metroplex area that I want to go. Usually we go out and we hit the what's it called, the stockyards. Yeah, we usually hit the stockyards there in the Dallas the Fort Worth area. That's what it is, which is always fun. Good barbecue, good times. The stockyards they've really built that area up since I've been there with my buddy twice now. The very first time, there's a few things to do. The second time around, it was bars and restaurants all the way down down the strip. It's quite fun. So yeah, definitely a good time. The Tex-Mex in Houston. Are you saying the Tex-Mex is better than other parts of Texas? Had one and drenched it in hot sauce and nearly passed out. Oh my gosh. You know what I did the other day? We had, I don't know why, but the wife had brought some corn on the cob. So, and she was like, I don't know what to do with our corn for dinner. And I looked in the refrigerator. We had some of that the block of like Mexican cheese. Do you know what I'm talking about? The block of Mexican cheese. I had cilantro and mayo. I didn't have the smoky smoky paprika, I think it was. I just had regular paprika. So I substituted that for regular paprika and sour cream. So guess what I was going through my head. She couldn't figure it out when I was pulling out ingredients. She was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Don't worry about it." It wasn't until she saw the crema sitting there and the cheese all grated up. She was like, "You're making Mexican street tacos or street corn?" I was like, "Yes, I am making elote." So I broke the grill out. Husk the corn, fired up the grill, threw it on there. It's super quick on the grill. It only takes like 10 minutes tops. Threw it on there, and then rolled it in the sauce, rolled it in the cheese. Mmm. Tapped it with a little bit more cilantro. Yes, yes, yes. Said you're headed to San Antonio tomorrow. San Antonio, San Antonio. All right, all right. Just remember the Alamo. All right, don't forget the Alamo. That's in San Antonio, right? Ah, okay. You don't. I don't know why I'm looking up like that. We're through 28,000 feet and climbing. That looks good. Just gonna keep an eye on everything. There we go. So you say Houston is more of a Tex-Mex city. That makes a lot of sense. You're kind of like closer to that Texas border. I mean, even though you're not really that close to Texas border, I mean, you definitely are closer. Um, and you get that, and you're closer to Louisiana too. I think that's probably where that Cajun influence comes from. I don't mind some good gumbo. All right, some good gumbo. Uh, maybe if I'm in the mood, a low country bowl, or what do they call it in Louisiana? Yeah, they call it low country bowl. All right. What, my streams? You're not saying my streams make you hungry, right? I just like food. What can I say? Who doesn't like food? My stream to, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Is my evening stream at 8:30? Is that really mealtime though? Or is that really mealtime? Or I guess if you're in Houston, what was that 7:30? That could be mealtime. I mean, it should be post mealtime though. From East Coast to West Coast, you should be done with dinner by the time I start streaming at night. How do you say that? Boudin is a sausage filled with rice. That is interesting. Like like it's regular sausage, but also like absolutely filled with rice. Yep, look up Boudin. It's all good. Oh, all right. Hold on. Let's see here. Who doesn't like food apparently? Boeing pilots because they can't eat. Nice. Shots fired. Shots fired. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna bring you up. Boop. Alright, so I'll look it up over here. Boop. Not now. Let's see. I need food. This is it right here. That's what I'm looking at. We'll click on spruce eats, I guess. Alright, that should be about it. So, I mean, there's a picture of it. I mean, it does look like a regular sausage. Ooh, look at that little mayo right there, too. This mess. I don't want any of that stuff. Close you. Thank you. What is... Okay, so it's pronounced Boudin. Boudin. Alright. Pronounced Boudin, at least in Cajun country. As a cooked sausage made from pork meat, rice, vegetables, and seasoning stuffed into a natural pork casing. Okay, okay. So it's pork, rice, vegetables, please stop. Pork, rice, vegetables, and seasonings. Pork liver and pork heart. That's interesting. Liver or heart with scraps of pork meat from just about any part of the hog. You know, it kind of reminds me of like how it's just like you use every piece of the pig that you can, just like, you know, this is what it is. They're using every piece of the pig, you know, liver, heart, scraps of meat from anywhere else. It's simmered and then drained and ground. And it's heavily seasoned and combined with heavily seasoned. I wonder why. Like, if you don't season, you know, heart, I'm sure it's not going to taste that good. Vegetables such as onion, celery, bell peppers are characterized to produce the filling, which happens to be a dish known as dirty rice. Ah, I love dirty rice. So it's cooked by steaming, simmering, smoking, or grilling. Okay, you can really cook it however you want to cook it. Where cooked meat is stuffed into a casing, boudin is made from cooked meat. That means curing isn't necessary, although some recipes are make off for curing salt. Huh. Alright. Very interesting. You eat the casing or not? The answer is yes. It's up to you. Okay. One way to eat boudin, sorry. It's so hard to see that and not think boudin, but boudin is to bite into one end and squeeze the filling into your mouth. Well, that's an interesting way to eat something, rather like a push pop made of meat and rice. It's a meat popsicle. Oh man, that's crazy. Alright, alright. Alright. Let me get rid of you. I did not need you. That is very interesting. I mean, you'd be surprised as long as you don't know about a lot of stuff, you'd be surprised, you know, what you'd eat. I was in Greece, and I forget what it was that we had, and one of the guys that I was with, he's Greek, and so he kind of knew what to order. We just kind of let him order. He just said, "I'm gonna order this, just eat it." Like, okay, and afterwards. He was like, tastes good, right? And I was like, yeah, it actually tastes really good. He was like, yeah, that's like goat heart. What? It was something like that. It was something absolutely crazy. Let's see what we got here. Jacksonville Center is online. Alright, 35, 925. Let's go ahead and get to contacting him. 35. Yeah. Okay, that won't work. What? Boop. Let's reset that. And go 135925. 135.925. Alright. I guess I could do that. That's the recall. And then, can you select it? Oh, it will. Okay. Huh. Alrighty. So I guess I really should be putting that in the standby and then swapping it over. Alrighty. So there we go. Hello, Jacksonville Center. Clipper 3318 is flight level 340.
Clipper 3318, Jacksonville, hello, squawk ident.
I don't know how to squawk ident. Anyone? Anyone? I don't know how to squawk ident. What is this? Oh, yeah, ATC control, traffic on below. Can I accept? Ident. Okay.
Clipper 3318, under contact 15 miles northwest of the Orlando View, also 340.
Roger, that checks for Clipper 3318. Is it identing? It's just grayed out now. I don't even know. Whatever. That looks about right. Okay, cool. I will leave that as it is. Let's go. What is this? Nope, I don't need that. Back to tuning. Yeah, okay. Well, I figured that one out. Learning something every day. You can see the top of the scent arrows slowly starting to come into view there. So, let's go ahead and get our arrival charts up and going. I don't think Jacksonville Center will know, because obviously Atlantic Center controls Atlanta. Are they online? Let's find out. Yeah, Fat Radar. Nope, just Jacksonville Center. Let's see. And there's a few different center frequencies, it looks like. Oh, that's approach control. That's a weird area to have approach control services. Then we got center frequency. And then it looks like Atlanta is offline, which is okay. Alrighty. So, let's go ahead and bring you over. I'll zoom you in a little bit. And there's Lars, so that's where we're coming in from. Go ahead and bring you all the way in. We'll put you on the lowest range we can find, and let's go ahead and walk our way through there. We got shark flare. Okay, so Lars at or above flight level 240, that checks. New HP, I have no clue. And then we got Death Star. I'm assuming that's how you would say that. DT, it's the Star Wars Arrival, so I assume that's Star, and DT is Death, so there we go. Death Star at or above 14,280 knots, that checks. Then we got Waki, is at or above 11,250 knots. Then we have Jedi at or above 10,250 knots, that checks. Then we have Daffy at 8,000, so that checks. Graham, Puba, and then Puba is going to be a RNAV heading, or a track. And then from there, we have the, I got 27 left in there. So we have the ILS to 27 left. That's going to be frequency 108.5. And the final approach course of 275. Alright, 1085, 275. Depot is at 2,800 feet, so there's depot 2,800 feet. Bottom side is going to be a Cat 1, 1199, or 200 feet above the field. So we'll go ahead and do that. 200 feet, I'll set that twice. Decision height. 200 feet. I do like how INI, they have a good scroll speed compared to the PMDG 777, where sometimes you just feel like you're scrolling forever to go like 1 foot. So we get that in there. Touchdown zone is 999. The MSA around the airport is 3,800 feet. The must approach, climb to 1,500, climbing left turn to 4,000 on a heading of 265 and outbound on the RMG. I don't know what RMG is. And you're not going to say it, are you? Cool. VOR 265, or well, 165 to duty. I guess how you would say that. And hold. The PAPI is on the right hand side. ALSF2 lighting. And let's see, we need a half a mile of visibility. What is the current weather there? Let's see. Nope, I want weather. The IDOS. Let's see. Arrival info, Foxtrot 340 at 7, winds are out of the north at 7 knots. Yay! We got scatter 3,800 turn cumulus 33 over 23, 2991 is the meter, so not that bad there. They're still going westbound. So yeah, it looks like we do have the visibility for the approach, even though they have some storms in the area. Remarks, starring cumulus, LPs. MDT, I would say moderate. Usually MDT is moderate, but I don't know what that is. Cumulus, all quadrants. Alrighty. Yeah, so there, that is, when we do land, we review that. When we do land, we can plan on a right-hand turn off on November 4 or November 2. And if we take November 2, we'll probably just take November and Papa, and then Lima on around. I'll probably just park at the first terminal here. Otherwise, if I get November 4, I'll probably take November and Tango, and then we'll just take that right onto the ramp. I'll just park here. That seems logical. I don't know. It's a new concourse, but there we go. So the briefing is complete. I can extend you back out again to our max range there. Bring you back up to the top of the flight plan. Excellent. We have air pollution season here in Houston. Did I say something? You said phrasing. I must have said something. Not even realizing that I said something. That it probably had to do with something about identing. Definitely clipping that. Well, maybe if I go back through and listen to what I said, I can clip that part out. But you gotta tell me. You gotta tell me what I said in a nice way. In a nice way. Oh. You really had me going. I literally thought like I had said something that could be taken in a, how you say, phrasing, well, you said phrasing, inappropriate way. I mean, don't put it past me. Do not put it past me. That is an interesting. What is that? A weird, very circular lake down there. All right, now I gotta see this. What is this? Like that lake is super circular. Okay, there's an airport there. Like, look at that. Oh, all right. Let's see. Let's hide you. I want to go to. I can't find. Hide. Oh, I need it. Okay. What is this circular, insanely circular lake off to my left? Haha. Alright, chat. Found it. Weird. Kingsley Village. Camp Blanding. Is that an Air Force base? It is insanely, like, look how imperfectly circular. I guarantee you with how circular this is. Alright? And this kind of being an Air Force base, and you got the parachute here, which means they probably drop paratroopers off here. I can almost guarantee you, with a lake that perfectly round, that they have dropped a ton of bombs here. I'm gonna go ahead and guess they used to drop bombs there like a long time ago, and now they're like done with it. So like they filled in a lake with water and built a community around it, lakefront property. That's what my guess is. Well, that's purely speculation. I have no clue. That is purely speculation. So. There's Jacksonville, Florida. There's Jacksonville Airport right there. Hey, how you doing, Jacksonville? So you can kind of tell from this angle, but like I never will understand why designers choose to do that when like no one is going to see it. So like if you look at Jacksonville right now, the airport itself, you got two wings and your fuselage here, and it used to way long time ago. It used to have a small little horizontal stabilizer out here that was like the regional ramp. It's supposed to look like an airplane from the air, and you can kind of see it kind of does look like an airplane if you look at it close enough or without too much scrutiny. Now, it doesn't have the horizontal stabilizer. That's all gone. They completely destroyed Terminal B, and now you just have Terminals A and C, but B used to be the fuselage of the aircraft and the tail. So, but you can only tell it from looking from above. I don't know why designers choose to do that. Like, form over function, guys. Form over function. Or function over form. Like, I'd much rather the airport be efficient and function well than, like, look pretty. I have got to invert these axes. in the turn, you can see since the airplane really only uses roll spoilers to turn, you saw the spoilers deploying, and I'm sure you'll see the spoilers deploy on the other side once it comes out of this turn. See if we'll be able to see it if we go inside. See those massive spoilers. Look, there they are. That's really the only way to turn this airplane. Roll spoilers. It does have an inside spoileron, or aileron, or inboard aileron, but it's really all roll spoilers. Scroll back 18 minutes. Alright. Let's see. We talking about Boudin? Was it the Boudin part? That's the funny part. Boudin. Alright, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to mute our inflate audio real quick. Let me.
Joseph 501 flighting 250 vectors for the visual one
Go ahead and do that.
Oh, fly heading 250 vectors for the visual. JetBlue 501.
I think I know what you're talking about. Are you talking about where I'm trying to figure out how you eat it? Is that the part what you're talking about?
Okay.
I didn't think that was too inappropriate. Meat popsicle. That's a meat popsicle. Alright, alright. Now I gotta censor myself twice. Oh. I mean, how else do you describe it? It's literally, I mean, they described it on the website. It's a push pop of meat. Now you got me over here dying. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Jacksonville Center, JetBlue 125 is about 32 miles to the southeast of the Florence VOR. Checking in, follow up 380. JetBlue 125 Jack Center, later contact,
But the next time I'm down in, I mean, the only place I really go in Louisiana is New Orleans, and I haven't really had much time there. So next time I'm in New Orleans, I'm gonna have to have the boudin, right? I gotta say it like I'm from there too, boudin.
Jack Center, JetBlue 501, we have the field in sight. JetBlue 501, clear the visual approach running right, maintain 2,500 till south for your line WR. Clear for the visual, 18 right, will maintain 2,500 at the Orlando VOR.
Someone down there practicing approaches. See, top of drop is just before Lars, something. I don't know. That looks like it could be the Savannah area there. That's kind of hard, isn't it? That area right there going out of view. I was hoping I could see it a little bit better. I can't find it on this view. Oh, there it is. To the left corner. Is that the left corner? Yeah, probably left corner. Might be the Savannah Hilton Head area. Kind of hard to tell from this viewpoint. No. That is not. That is gonna be, what, Golden Isles? Alright, so Van Hilton Head's a little further away. That's alright. It is nice that you can look out the window in Flight Simulator, go onto your Navigraph map, and see what you see out the window. Absolutely amazing. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. While we had a little bit of time at cruise, we were gonna talk about PRMs. All right, so let me bring up the chart. I need new charts. Airports, procedures. So, okay, I just need charts. How about that? Approach. So, where's 27 up? 27. So here we go. We'll do the Cat 1 because the other ones are auto lands. Well, they have special authorization. 214. What's the difference? Alrighty. So I don't even know if we do those. Alrighty, we'll do the regular one here. I'll bring this on over, and we can have like a little discussion. Boop boop boop. Alright, so I'll pin you real quick. I don't need the other airports pin. Airport, no. Airports, charts. Sid, I can unpin you. Please unpin. I don't know how to unpin. How do I unpin? Oh well. Oop. We'll just slide you over. How about that? So we want the PRM approach to this runway, right? Let me go up front so I don't miss. Let's go ahead and put the bottom side. Let me go ahead and get the bottom side pre-selected in there. We got a Daffy at 8,000. So pre-select 8,000. That looks good. Heading select. Try to sync up that heading. Boop. There we go. Alrighty. So, let's see. So the pre-RAM, I need more charts. Airports, I need Atlanta. So reference. Oh, that's kind of cool. So that's something that we usually have as well. It's not really like you're not really going to get it for Atlanta because, I mean, it's a not that high threat of an airport, but like airports that are considered like, you know, special qual airports or airports where they want special emphasis, what they'll do is Jepson, literally Jepson, will make a chart, and it literally is like I think someone just kind of tried to take a Google Earth view. It won't be a Google Earth view. It'll be from an actual test flight that flew in and takes pictures as they're flying in to give you an airport overview. So like, if you've never ever been to Atlanta and you was that for us? No.
Clipper 3318, leaving my airspace, Atlanta Center closed, air service terminated for change approved.
Ready, frequency change approved for Clipper 3318. You have a great day. Alrighty. Atlanta, I had brought it up already. What was it? No, I didn't. Okay. CTAF. I spelled that wrong. It's going to be 19.1, so let's go ahead. 22.8. $19.1. So if you've never been to Atlanta and you don't know which runway is runway 27 left, well, you come in, you look at this page, and you say, okay, I can see, what is that, 28 right here, then 27 left, 27 right, so that you can kind of be oriented as to what it will actually look like. So that's actually kind of cool that they have that in there. They don't have some of the other things that I was looking for though. Approach. Nope. Okay, is it gonna be in taxi? It'll be parking T. I don't care about the T concourse. So de-icing has a taxi lights ramp. Okay, so I'm not saying anything. Usually there's going to be like a whole page of like PRM stuff that you got to look at prior to doing a PRM approach. Where are we? But with that said, all right, PRMs. Let's go. Here we go. It really is just another ILS approach, except the requirement now is you have to have, so there's an 11-0. Attention all users, ILS-PIM. I can't find that chart. It's probably somewhere buried in there. I just can't find it. Like there's your 10 pages, there's 19 pages, more 10 pages, more 10 pages. I don't see a single 11 page anywhere. So it would be at the top here. So that's 11-1. It'd be above this, 11-0. So you need to reference that and read that to know what's going to be going on for your PRM approach. It kind of outlines the airport-specific procedures for the PLM approach. And then you get a note here, dual VHF communications required. That is the very important part for that. Use of flight director or autopilot required during the simultaneous operations. Simultaneous approaches authorized. Radar required for entry. Obviously, they have a super high refresh rate radar that updates in almost real time. It's like once every second it updates, something like that. So it will be able to see when people start deviating off path and it converging in towards, or going north in this case, towards the other runway. DME or radar is required. So all those notes are very applicable here. And the reason why dual VHF comms are required on your airplane, let's go ahead and do a profile descent, shall we? Is that how you do it? Yep, I think that's how you do it. Profile speed, sweet deal. Excellent. That all looks good. So the reason that you need dual VHF radios is because if you look up here, you have all the tower frequencies. So runway 27 left is going to be 19.3, right? Which is, okay, 19.1 is the other runway. But so 19.3, that's going to be on this radio. But on the secondary radio, it's going to be 3255. That's the monitor frequency. And the monitor frequency has the capability, so you need to be listening to that because that is going to be a clear radio. Now they have all the frequencies, so this monitor frequency has all the frequencies, but you need to have this tuned in the secondary so that if radio transmissions are happening on any one of these frequencies, you hear the instruction more clearly on the secondary radio here. Now don't get me wrong, they do have all the frequencies, so at any time they can step on all 5 of these frequencies and transmit, and their transmitter is going to be more powerful than what the other air traffic controllers are using. So in theory, how it should work is, should a airplane end up flying in the no transgression zone, there's a buffer zone between the two approaches. If an airplane ends up breaking into the no transgression zone, you're going to get breakout instructions. And those breakout instructions, what do I have? Oh, I got a more drag message. Sorry. So that breakout instructions will do low auto brakes. Those breakout instructions should be heard on all 5 frequencies up here, and the monitor frequency very clearly, because the monitor controller has priority over all 5 of these guys up here, because they're essentially the last resort controller. So they can easily step over anyone that is talking on the radio, but you still need to have that secondary tune just in case it doesn't. And sometimes you'll hear air traffic controllers kind of like testing it, even though they're not really using it. They'll be testing it out just to make sure that the transmitter is working properly. So sometimes when you're coming in, and it's slow out, you'll just hear the controller say testing 1 2 3 3 2 1, but over top of that, after you hear testing 1 2, you hear the monitor controller come on and say 1 2 3 3 2 1, to make sure that the monitor controller can step over the other controllers on the airport. So that's kind of how that PRM works. Other than that, it's just another ILS. It's still 1085, 275, 2800 over depot. Your bottom side is 1199 unless you're doing an out of land. So everything else literally remains the same. Half a mile visibility, right? So like literally everything is just special aircraft and aircrew special aircrew and aircraft certification required. And you need with RVR 1800, you gotta have the flight director or autopilot on all the way down to minimums. So I mean, that's I mean literally that's the only thing different about the parallel approaches there, the PRM approaches, is having the frequency and having a controller who's specially qualified to do it, having both radios tuned to the correct frequencies, having having a high refresh rate radar, no one entering the no transgression zone. So it's all that stuff combined that kind of makes it, ooh, I need to set in the landing elevation 999. Oops, sorry, landing computer. There we go. Round it up. 999, 1,000 feet. There we go. So all of that kind of like does all that put together is what you need to do PRM approaches. Now, like I said, you don't really do them that often. It's like auto lands. You just really don't get an opportunity to do them that often. Let me make a radio call here. New HP, I guess is how you would say that. Ooh, let me turn you into. Oh, nope. Okay. Tune. How do I keep finding? There we go. 91. That's the frequency we want here. Would you ever fly a MD-80 on stream? I do not have the MD-80. If I ever got it and I was comfortable in it, now back in my FSX days, I did have the MD-80 and I loved flying it. I haven't gotten it yet, so that's one of those things that as time progresses, I will expand my hangar and fly a few different things. I don't even have the PMDG 737. I just have the 777. So my hangar is actually quite small now. You know, you're flying a dinosaur when you have to put the landing elevation in manually. Yeah. Yeah, I'm forgetting a lot of things that are usually automated in the newer version of the Airbus, but I really do like this airplane because, I mean, it really is an Airbus. I mean, if you look at it head on, it looks like an A330. I mean, this is an A330. They literally took the A300, A310, made it a little bit longer, and gave it a new wing and engine specific to the airplane. That's literally what they did. Which is why the A330 and the A300 and A340, they all look exactly the same. Because they are. They all came from the same, pretty much, body, and they came from the same airframe. Just different lengths, different sets of technology in there. Look how dirty that underside is. Look how dirty that is. That's awesome. That's how I would expect it to look like in real life. Alright, back inside. Let's monitor our progress. It looks like we need some low speed brakes going out. Let's see. I want to do, for landing, I already selected auto brakes low. It's going to be a 30-40 landing. Oh, it's already big. There we go. 30-40 landing. VREF is 128 with an MDA of 1199, I think I said. 1199. So 1199. Alrighty, and I don't have to put that in twice now. Okay, cool. A little bit of turbulence there. Love seeing the wing bounce around. Alrighty. So, let's see. Are we through 18 yet? Yep, we are through 18. 299er1, I think, was the last update. 299er1. So, boop. Oh, no. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Ha ha ha. 299er1, 299er1, and 299er1. I didn't know. I'm hitting the barrel ref key. All I had to do is push or pull. That's so cool. Alrighty, so that's in there. I got the speed brakes. We can stow those again. We're back on profile, it looks like. And let's go ahead and do a approach checklist. The signs are set. Briefing is confirmed. ECAM status checked. Altimeters 299er1 set both. The minimums are 1199 set both. Ignition will go continuous relight. There it is. We got continuous relight there. And landing elevation, just in case I missed it before, is set. Next checklist is the landing checklist. So there we go. Atlanta traffic. Clipper 3318 is over Death Star on the Jedi 3 arrival. Runway 27 left. Atlanta traffic. Alrighty. So we have that all set up. We go ahead and we'll get all our lights on. I missed them all for takeoff, but we're gonna get them all for landing. There we go. There we go. All the lights are on now. We are all lit up. Excellent. I don't think this is flying. Hold on. This is not flying the profile at all. How are you high on profile, but it's at or above 11? Okay. So here I am thinking that the airplane is just going to fly whatever. No. Alright, so let's go ahead. I'm going to lock in 10,000 now. We'll put in 10,000. Since you want to be weird, don't do that. Why are you doing that? I don't think it obeyed A1. It's in profile, right? I don't understand. Who wants to bet that it did not cross Death Star or Waukee? I mean, I know it didn't cross Waukee. It probably didn't cross Death Star now that I think about it. It probably did Lars, but we'll just level up here at 10. And then once we cross Jedi, I'll go open descent. Let's see. Give me my speed. Give me my speed. I want speed. I don't know what that does. Okay. I would like, let's activate the approach phase. No. Oops. And I don't know how to take this over. Oh. Uh-oh. I did a no-no, apparently. There's no speed hold. There we go. I don't know why it would do that, but it is what it is. Alrighty, we are about to cross Jedi, and I will select 8,000, and we will do level change here. Looks like we're over Jedi. Level change. There we go. We can let the flight attendants know. Prepare for landing. Cycle that to let them know we are in. So have you ever slipped above 250 knots under 10,000 feet? It's okay. I'm not the FAA agent. No, I mean, the Airbus is really good at it. So that's why you kind of just let the Airbus manage everything. And it will do it for you. I don't know what this airplane is doing. It's just like busting all types of altitudes. Not a fan, but you know, next time I know, I'll just set the next bottom altitude, and the next bottom altitude, and the next bottom altitude after that. So we're 9 for 8. You can go ahead and get rid of our in-flight entertainment there. Thank you very much. Yep, no one's online. It's just me flying into Atlanta. Now is a good time to get that. Well, no, I won't do it. I won't do it. I'll hold off. I do have it up and ready to go. Let's see. Now that's the recorder is ready to go whenever I'm ready to press that button. Now, not to say people haven't. I'm sure people have gone above 250 knots above 10,000 feet. It's or below 10,000 feet. It's really not that big of a deal because you do get some flex and leeway on like the altitude there. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and dip it down to. We need to be at or below 4,000 feet. Yeah, let's just go ahead and dip it down to 4,000 feet. I'm gonna do flight level change. And let's go direct to Grumpy. Direct to Grumpy. Looks good. Austin H says hi. How you doing, Austin H? Just joined up. Thank you very much, Austin H. Welcome to the chat. I'm doing very well today, Austin H. How are you doing out there? Welcome to the chat, bud. You caught us just as we were about to make our landing into Atlanta. So, great time to join. Great time to join. Really do appreciate it. Hoping for a nice greasy landing into Atlanta, although the winds are a little stiff out of the north, so we shall see. Got the airport in sight out in the head there. Doesn't look like much now, but I promise you it's there. Let's see. No, seems to be a good time. We'll get that replay going. There we go. Replay is doing replay things. Ooh, a little choppy down here too. And now that that is, we're direct grumpy. All arms a landing. So we got localizer and glide slope in blue. We also got alt in blue as well. We're 5 for 4. And I see Cat 2 on there. Not really doing a Cat 2 approach, but it is what it is.
Atlanta traffic southwest 1317 taxi.
Havelock, how you doing out there, Havelock? Welcome to the channel. Says hi. Ooh, a Pan Am A300. Yes, I love a Clipper livery. Love a Clipper livery. I just think it looks so. It's a classic. It's so classic. You can't go wrong with it. Like, it's simple. The logo is easily the most recognizable logo in any industry. Hemlock says, "You're my friend now. We're having soft tacos later." Nice, nice, yeah. Definitely got to try out some of that Tex-Mex, some of those Tex-Mex tacos. All right, let's go ahead and bring the speed back. We don't need to go peeling in here. Ooh, actually, I need to go down to 2,800 feet, don't I? So let's go ahead and select 2,800 feet, flight level change. I'm gonna bring the speed back to like 210 knots. Dump the boards. Actually, let's bring you in. How far are we actually? Yeah, okay. I could probably dump the boards. No need to. We got plenty of space. Actually, no. Let me not. Let's go ahead and dump the boards, shall we? Alright, and we're 38 for 28. Gotta go ahead and throw the speed brakes to get that hook going away. We'll do 180, flaps 1. Ooh, what was that? That sounded like more than one click. Thank you. None of that now. None of that. So, the localizer seems to have captured. Just waiting on a glide slope to come in. We can go flaps 2 or 15-15 now. I'll bring the speed back even more. In fact, go ahead and... Alright, you don't want to go manage speed anymore. I got it. 133 is going to be our approach speed. It's not picking up a glide slope quite yet. I don't know why it's not picking up a glide slope. I'll wait and see if it's gonna pick it up right just at depot. But if not, that's all right. I'll click off the autopilot and we'll get things going there. I got 1085 tuned ins and 275 as the final approach course, so don't know. Whoop. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'm not getting anything as far as the landing gear, or sorry, the final approach is concerned, or the glide slope is concerned. So you know what? We'll click the auto thrust off, autopilot off, flight director is off. Okay, flight director, come on. There we go. All right, we are hand flying. Bring a little bit of thrust out. There we go. LS push buttons. Oh, it's not a push button. It's okay. Okay. Thank you, Max Racing. Ah, jeez. Oh well, we're hand flying it now. Alright. Man, it's right when you're like, oh man, I'm not gonna make that mistake again in this airplane. It shows you exactly. Alright. Went from being low to being high.
1317 landing up runway 26 left.
Easing the power out, walking it out. I got speed and altitude, although it shows the PAPI show I'm right on. I don't know if I believe that. There we go. Forgot the spoilers again, but look at there. Airbus for the win. Spoilers are deployed. '80, still in the reversers. '60, auto brake off. We have manual braking. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Atlanta, Georgia. And believe it or not, this is just a default airport. Let's see. I need the airport diagram. So what we'll do is we'll take November down to the end of... Do they have an end? Oh, no, they don't. I guess in the real airport, they have a end around here. The Asobo Airport does not. That's okay. We will cross runway 27 right at Papa. So, with that said, flaps up. Man, sometimes you just gotta love Airbus. It has your back a lot of times. So there we go. We will get all of these off, get the APU on. Atlanta traffic, Clipper 3318 is crossing the departure end of runway 27 right on Papa, taxiing to the terminal via Lima, Atlanta traffic. So there we go. There's no one on here. That is clear. Whoop. Don't turn off the end of the runway there. Oop. Yeah. See? No one there. Sweet though. Back inside. Hot brakes. There we go. Who could have saw that coming except everyone? There we go. Let's see. Where are you landing at? Says Austin H. Atlanta. Atlanta, Georgia. Austin H. We will. That end around is sloped down in real life. It's pretty cool. Yeah. I think more and more airports are like doing this end around thing. I'm not too sure. Like I've been to Atlanta several times, and they definitely have them. Yeah, and it definitely does slope down. There's this massive wall there. Airbus versus Boeing startup. I'm gonna be an Airbus guy every day, even though this is like the most Boeing Airbus you can be. Thank you for using our airport. Well, no, thank you, Atlanta, for having such a good airport. All right, so flaps are up, speed brakes are retracted, APU is on, brake fans are going, lights are off. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That had to have been, I mean, that's the one thing about this airplane. I always end up gummying, if I'm saying that correctly, up the approach. And somehow I get a pretty okay landing out of it. So we'll see what the replay has to say about that. Well, let's see. We'll turn you off. We'll go to the outside view. Yeah, we'll park right beside this United right here. Not bad for a default Asobo airport. It gets the spirit of it. Pretty much looks just like the terminal would in real life. And the one thing Asobo still hasn't gotten right is how to place gates. I'm like, how do you guys have all the assets in the world and you can't place gates correctly for your quote-unquote handmade, handcrafted airport? Come on now. Alrighty, so what I'm thinking about I'm going to do is we'll park somewhere near this United. That seems fine. And of course every spot I want to park in. Nope. Okay, this doesn't have a gate for some reason. So we'll park a few more gates down. I don't want to park too close to him and like we touch wings, although I could try. Nah, I won't do it. Let's not touch wings and say we did. Austin H says me and Havelock may become real life pilots. That's awesome. That is awesome, Havelock and Austin. Good luck to you on your journey. It's a long journey. There's going to be so many ups and downs along the way. We'll just come and park it right here. There we go. We'll park it there. I'm not even going to shut it down. I guess my new thing now is why shut it down when we're just going to start it back up to do the replay. So, get back on center line though. There we go. Alright, all all set up there. I will go ahead. We will set the parking brake there. And I'll leave everything running as is. We will disconnect from VATSIM. So disconnect. There we go. Thank you for your service. Really do appreciate that. And let's go ahead and end our replay. And we will load it back up. So I can stop that and load it back up. Dream is to be a C-17 pilot. Hopefully that is a great goal. Always have some goals in mind there. Always have some goals. Wherever you go in your career, wherever you go in life, really. As long as you can see 5-10 years into your future, you always have something to work toward. Alright. Ooh, again? Ooh, that is something juicy. I'm gonna have to figure that one. I'm gonna have to do some research and see if that's true there. If you're saying it's true. Alrighty, yep, I'm gonna release the parking brake. I'll leave the fans on because why not? And let's go ahead and fast forward ourselves. It's trying to do this thing where it doesn't know if the gear is up or down. So let's fast forward a little bit. In the ground. Alright, there we go. We'll let that settle on in. Oh, I wonder if I hit active pause. Toggle active pause. Will it and then play? Oh, nope. Ah, no, that won't do anything. Might as well turn you off. Again, since I'm so used to the airplane automatically trimming itself that you see I keep getting these like up and down porpoises. I just fly Delta jets. Oh, don't mind if I do. Let's see. You think that grounding is gonna be temporary, Max Racing? It's yeah, I'm gonna have to find out like if what you guys are saying is true. I haven't really checked to see what's going on in the aviation world recently. Look at there, dude. This airplane, as much as I end up messing up the arrival, it seems like let's wind that back. Let's see if I can get another view on that. Yeah, fly Delta with the Delta logo. Love it, love it, love it. Let's go ahead, play that one more time. Let's play it from. Well, let's do it from the seat. I just like looking at the terminal. There we go. Oh no! What happened? Okay, I just turned on. I just got a news alert. It's a Brazilian airline, but now I gotta find out more. Alrighty. So, let's go backwards. Yep. Now this is... Sorry guys, I'm trying to get the replays in, but I'm also trying to like see what happened in the real world here. It's such an early story that no one knows what has happened. The only thing I get was a Brazilian airline. That's about it. Don't know the plane, make, model. Um, It was just a Brazilian airline. Look at this beautiful wing. Oh, look at the wing flex. That looks amazing. You gotta love that. Let's hit play. Let's hit play. Oh, you couldn't even. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You know I'm coming for the edge of the runway shot there. Where did I touch down? Right just about there. Oh, okay. I got the news alert, but now I can't find the article. And it wasn't a long article. It was like less than a paragraph long. But something happened down there in Brazil. Um, if I can find it, I'll read it back out loud to you guys. But I can't find the article anymore. Let's see. Like this. Nope, back. Uh, yeah, they got. Now the Wall Street Journal has it. Okay. It's Vopass. I have no clue who that is, but it's near Sao Paulo Airport. The Brazilian carrier Vopass said the plane had taken off from the city of Cascavel in the Parana state, about 450 miles from the Sao Paulo International Airport. The plane crashed. As that airline said, Vopass said there was 58 passengers, 4 crew members on board. There's no confirmation of how it took place or the status of the passengers on board. All right, well, there it is. Don't know, and we don't know if it was. We don't know if it was like how it went down, where it went down. All right, so we get the. I mean, okay, just about 1,000 foot past 1,000 footers, but we're still in the touchdown zone. I may have done a little floaty. Let's see if I can get. Uh, yeah, let's call it here. Yeah. I'm the ops vehicle on the side of the runway, grading touchdowns. There we go. So let's go here, and nope, don't need you. Why did I click you? I need the camera. I want to lock it, but turn off that. Actually, no, I don't even want to lock it. I'll do the rotation with it. All right. So let's back you up. All right. Oh my gosh, chat! Look at there. Look at there. Oh, chat! The airplane just makes it so easy to just try to roll it on. There we go, chat. There we go. Alrighty. Let's get the camera back going. We'll do follow mode. There we go. Back inside. Have you looked up the airline? I haven't looked up anything, so it could be. It could be, but I haven't really looked up any airline information or anything like that, so I am not too sure. Why is Fly Live Studio showing NA for everything? I did not realize it said NA for everything. Alright. So, this wibbly wobbly, non-flying ILS approach there. Alrighty, chat. We'll get the one last thing. Yeah, let's start from where the wobbles just start going. Let's go ahead and get a. There we go. Over the nose view. Right, yeah. Looks good. Looks good. Chat, before I release it, thank you all for coming out, each and every one of you, all of you who have liked, subscribed, Max Racing, Austin H, Lock, Draco. Thank all of you for coming out, supporting the channel, showing a little bit of love. I know I don't get to stream often because my work schedule is so hectic, but I really do appreciate it when each and every one of you come out and support the channel. I really do appreciate it. But I'm probably going to get called out tomorrow, so not planning on any streams for the rest of the week. But when I get back, I think Monday or Tuesday, I definitely will start up another stream. But everybody, thanks for coming out. I really appreciate you all showing a little bit of love to the channel. But until the next time I see you, remember to take care of yourselves. Remember to take care of each other. And let's hope for the best for these people in Brazil. Until then, I'm Gray Eagle. Peace.